Hello, welcome to Off Grid Thoughts channel. In this video, I'm just going to be doing a quick uh, rundown of how I paint alternator housings. Uh, I never take a spray can and spray a housing. Uh, that's for one very important reason. You have electrical contact points here with these little machine screws, and you don't want paint down in those threads, because once that happens, then you're not going to make electrical connection. So this is where the noise capacitor sits. You might have a noise capacitor that's up here instead, that's mounted to the rectifier. That's the newer version. The older version rests right here, screws down right here at this point. This is voltage regulator contact points. So I always hand brush this entire thing. Uh, I typically use a paper plate, and I use a good high heat paint. Doesn't have to be like the best high heat paint. This is just very basic. I don't recommend foam plates because paint gets on those and they dissolve, and you don't want a big mess. You always want to protect the surfaces in your clothing, and always, if you're painting, uh, open a door or window, have some ventilation. Uh, you don't want to be inhaling paint. That's not good for a person. Uh, so what I do is I'll just spray paint onto the plate as much as I need, and then I take the paint and I paint the areas. So this is going to need probably about 2 coats, and it's going to take some time to do it by hand, but that's okay. And as you paint, the metal's going to absorb the paint, and you'll see the spots you need to go over again. Um, Once it starts to dry, you can you can do some of the sides here and get going on that, and then as the inside dries, then you can flip the whole like once these edges dry, then you can flip it over and start painting this area. uh, you want to make sure you don't paint the inside where the bearing goes. If you get any paint on there, you can take a knife and scrape it off, or a rotary tool with a wire brush. Again, if you use a rotary tool, eye protection. Uh, so I'm going to be using this point right here to attach a negative battery cable to this. So that's why I've left that unpainted. Uh, Electrical contact points are everything, but the entire purpose of painting it is so dust and contaminants don't stick to the metal and build up. So you're not in a situation where you have a dirty, contaminated alternator. Uh, so the paint will largely prevent most corrosion. Uh, so when the air passes through, just any dust or most things would just fly off. Uh, Again, it's going to be about 2 coats for inside and out. So And I've done these so many times that I'll probably end up taking a rotary tool and probably taking this little section of paint off, and I'll rough up the metal, make sure I get a good contact point with the noise capacitor. Um, I'm not after perfection. It's not for cosmetic reasons. This is to help prevent corrosion. Um, but from a distance, it looks pretty good. Uh, but this will go a long way in making it last longer. Like this, I'm going to have to go back over it. It bled through, so I need to put some more paint. And if you get any paint runs, you can take a knife and scrape them off, and then just put some more paint. Like right here, I need to go over it with some more paint. But most of this turned out pretty good. It's nice and smooth. But again, I'm building this for off-grid. This is not for automotive purposes. So this is not intended to be a tutorial for automotive applications. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is simply a watercolor paintbrush from the dollar store with dollar store paper plates and basic high heat paint. Thanks a lot.